Fucking asshole.
Big time.
Fair.
After he did that, then Keith told you he didn't like him. Then he got mad. Then I remember later on, he stabbed me. That later on that day, because he wanted my girlfriend. I was like,
there's a reason why I don't like him. Why is that? But it's just very
the reason why
the reason why I don't like him is playing bitches. He doesn't even try to do anything. He just sits there and expects
everybody to coddle him.
To make him feel better. Because it's not the Richie way. It's not the Richie bitchy way.
Then you, on the other hand, reason why you're doing because you complain and
you sit down your ass and you want people to pay attention to you.
Yeah, it ain't the Keithy way.
Mommy to put her finger up your ass.
Yeah, Keithy way.
Oh my God, that's what I'm talking about. At least with Richie, I don't have to hear
his
mom.
mom.
My dad.
No.
Because his dad would tell him, go to himself.
Yeah. And he did something that you could never do. I told him, what? Actually hurt somebody that you really want to hurt. And instead of having someone else do it for you. What do you mean? He stabbed me. You didn't even hurt a fly. This stab is really deep, and you broke his nose. That's a bully. I was like, huh. He cried about it, but he didn't go and tell. His nose bled a lot, but his dad said he had it coming. He knew someday he was going to get hit. One day. You, on the other hand, call your mom right there after someone hits you. He just cried about it, and the reason how his parents found out was probably when he went home. Or he had to go to the hospital, but if it wasn't for that, they wouldn't have, he wouldn't have told. He didn't tell people. He yells at you. Well, I can take him. I was like, oh, go ahead. He'll stab you and you'll cry.
You'll be fine.
He'll smack you and you'll cry. He does hit people, but you'll cry to your mom. I have more rights than all you have more rights to tell your mom and stuff. Yeah, I'm free to tell her anything. That's my mom, buddy. I was like, there's things I don't tell my mom. There's a lot of things I don't. One day is, when not to tell her, not to do tell her. All right, man.
If your mother, I don't
even want her here at school.
I told him, you know what? One day your mother will die. And then you won't have to tell her nothing.
You know what to cry to then.
Who are you going to go to?
Oh, my dad. I was like, no. You don't want to go to him. No. No.
I'm please passed away. Who are you going to go to?
No, Becky. Or you buddies. Us buddies. Nah. No. Oh, he did that when he graduated. But then again, he started acting rebellion and saying stuff. I think he was tough.
Well, again, man, understand this. When my pulled out, I got people who go, I'm not going to sit here and turn them anyway. Right?
He thinks he's bad to the bone.
It's life. It's human nature. We all die. Eventually, we're going to die somehow.
Yeah. You know about when you keep the girl, that song back and it says, I'm bad to the bone. I'm bad to the bone. Oh, and that Christine movie. That movie, that movie was made in the 70s.
Yeah.
And they say that song was out in the 80s? Hell no. Remember, Google was wrong about that. It didn't it didn't trick us. Because that movie was in late 1978. And that song was on in 1978. It was on before that. I heard it on the Oldies channel. It's an old rock and roll song, and it was not made in the 80s. It didn't even sound like 80s. It sounded like 60s. Yeah, during the Beatle era. It sounded like a Beatle nature type of song. It sounded like Strawberry Alarm Clock kind of a nature.
You've seen the video before.
Yeah, I have. It is old.
On the guy.
Yeah, it's very old. It's more of the 60 hippie nature. Strawberry alarm clock and pick up that phone. Remember that telephone? It was like around same the nature of them, like 60s rock and roll.
Blue Days, Black Nights.
Yeah, that's a cool song.
I got it.
Yeah, I listened to that a lot too. I bet Keith doesn't know when that came out. But I don't think Jason knows when that came out. I don't think he knows about that stuff, the hippie era. He knows about the 80s. It's big about.
That is the electric.
Yeah, electric
Something.
orchestra. Yeah. He's big with the 80s, but he's not big with the 60s and 70s and 50s. We know some 50s. I like some.
50s.
I bet he's not really interested in Elvis, the king of rock and roll.
Wasn't it 50s? Wasn't it? That was Temptations were 60s.
Yeah.
But they were early 60s. They were
Yeah.
like, no, I think they were. I think they had a couple of songs
In the 50s.
50s.
Yeah, upper 50s. Yeah.
The 50s.
Yeah. So hippie music started coming out late 50s and bam, it hit 60s good. Real good. Early 60s and upper 60s and
50s
early 70s.
wasn't
Yeah.
B.B. King, right?
Yeah. Yeah. B.B. King.
A little bit.
Yeah, kind of like the blues, you know.
Ray
you know.
Charles.
Yeah.
Yep.
The blues stuff. Yep. And that's kind of hippie-ish. They started forming more hippie-ish than that in the late 50s. It's like if it weren't for black people today, there won't be no country because they're the ones that came out of bluegrass. They were the bluegrass people. And they just went to country, you know. He said, no, they weren't black people that started country, buddy. I was like, yeah, Keith, bluegrass. And Becky said, no. I said, yeah, there was blues. Then we call it bluegrass is a southern country. Then it became country now. Today's country and all this stuff. But I told Becky and Keith, it wasn't for black people, don't be country. No, yeah, they would. I said, no, the bluegrass. And Becky said, that's not country. That's the first country. Down south, Becky, come on. Those are towns and cornfields and hay and cotton. That's country music. Banjos, bluegrass use a lot of banjo. That's not country. I said, yeah, it is. Even some banjos in songs you listen to today. There's some banjos in some CDs you have. No. You may not sound it because it's more electric now, but it's more... Yeah, she didn't know what a band is. She said, I didn't know that was in there. Like, yeah.
I didn't know what a fucking banjo was.
That's what bluegrass used. Country.
It's just like an idiot would be like, oh no, that would be that's all computerized.
Yeah. Nowadays, but before it was banjo. And now
The white man sings it. Yeah. Well, the white man does it.
Oh, yeah. Folds.
Who the fuck was doing it before us?
Yeah. The bluegrass guy, black man, he made music. He made music for the people.
And what,
back then.
Fucking
the other ones, they didn't want to do it. There she is.